Welcome back to LDB Games. I'm Lord Darth Balls, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. If you like playing Raid Shadow Legends and you like watching YouTube videos about it, you can support my channel for free by going down below and clicking that subscribe button. Go ahead and click that like button if you like the video, and if you want to be notified as soon as I release content, hit that little bell to get the notifications. In this video, I'm going to go over one of the best champions you can get for free in Raid Shadow Legends, and that's Lydia, the Deathsiren. And you can get her by 3-starring every stage in every faction crypt, earning 63 stars in each right now, totaling up to 882 to get Lydia the Deathsiren. We do have a crypt that is going to be opening soon. So right now, if you're close, you may want to push to try to get Lydia before they open the Sylvan Watcher's crypt, because then you got to go through and 3-star every single stage to get Lydia. They're going to move the finish line essentially. So if you're close, you're a few stages away, you might want to get cracking on your faction wars. But we're here to talk about the champion that you get for completing it. And her skin is pretty incredible. I love those wings. They're just freaking sick. And she's too good to be standing. Even though she's wearing heels, she's too good to be standing. She's actually modeled after one of Plarium's employees. I saw her in a video probably like 6 or 8 months ago, and they did a really good job at representing her face. So let's go over her kit. Her A1 attacks one enemy and has a 75% books to a 100% chance of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn, and has a 100% chance when booked of increasing the duration of any poison sensitivity debuffs. This fear on an A1 is really nice. Not very common at all. I think there's really only one other champion that does it, but she doesn't have it on a 100% chance. And though fear is a 50-50 chance of blocking your opponent from using their skills, it's a really nice control ability on an A1, and her passive enables it to do even more work. So when your allies receive one of these control debuffs, freeze, stun, fear, true fear, or petrification, she essentially counterattacks. And she counterattacks up to the number of enemies that you're facing based on the number of debuffs you take. So if you're facing a team of 5 champions and you receive 5 debuffs, she will attack 5 times. Now the first hit will attack the champion that attacked you. Every other hit is random, but each enemy can only be hit once, so she'll cycle through the enemy team randomly based on the number of hits she's going to make. This can be really cool if you take a lot of debuffs and you fear the whole enemy team, which is just really nice. Her A2 is basically her all-star ability, and this is why she gets into almost every team that I use. It's an AoE ability, has a 100% chance when booked of placing both the big decrease defense and the big weaken. These are the two best damage amplification debuffs. Two of the best debuffs to increase the damage you do to your enemies, and it's for 2 turns. And then, because we're not done, she also places a 25% strengthen and a 30% increased speed buff on all allies. Now, strengthen is just straight up damage mitigation, and speed is one of the best stats in the game to keep your team running quick. Did I mention it's on a 3-turn cooldown? So she can come into some really cool clan boss teams too. Now, I don't use her in clan boss, but this ability is incredible because having decreased defense and weaken on a single attack on a single champion allows you to do more with your teams. Her A3 is a double hitter, attacking 1 enemy, and another 100% when booked has a chance of placing a poison sensitivity for 2 turns. Now the second hit also has a 100% chance when booked of placing block buffs and block active skills. So this attack is pretty dirty. And not only do you get the poison sensitivity, allowing champions that you have in your team to do more damage with their poisons, but she's also going to lock them out. And this block active skills can come in really clutch in like arena teams, or in faction wars, or in pretty much any other wave-based content that has a champion or 2 with a serious ability in it. And the block buffs is actually really nice for Hydra. If if the block buffs you have up goes down, you can drop one on a single champion, try to spread it with another. And the poison sensitivity synergizes with her A1. So once you get it out, her A1 can just keep that poison sensitivity going up, which just allows your poisoners to do that much more damage over time. And then her passive is so cool. This is the reason why she comes into my arena teams. So she'll deny a revive attempt. Now, it doesn't matter if she's alive or dead, but what happens is different based on those conditions, right? So if she's alive, when she denies an enemy revive, she'll revive all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, which is a huge swing in the arena. And if there are no dead allies, she just gets to go. She just takes her turn. She's like, no, hold on a second. You don't get to pick your team up. Instead, I'm just going to take my turn. And then if she's dead, she picks herself up with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. Now, what really takes the cake with this ability, this skill ignores block revive. So if you're going up against like a Mortu Macabre in the arena and you get this death hold to proc, it just undoes all of those block revives. Or if you're facing the Mortu Macabre stages in the Doom Tower, this is super clutch and can come in really handy to kind of help you come back from the brink, right? You could have half of your champions block revived and you could be hanging on by a thread and boom, she comes through with Death Hold, picks them all up, and then just restarts your team. And she's got a massive resistance aura. This is, I think, the highest resistance aura in the game, although it is only in arena. You'll notice I have Brimstone on her too, just for some nice little extra damage where whatever bosses I'm facing with her, just a really nice little bonus. Now, how do I have her built, right? Now, I went high accuracy and high resistance, right? I don't want my Lydia being controlled of any kind. So I have her with 466 resistance and 525 accuracy because I want her to land her debuffs anywhere in the game, right? In the arena, this isn't as high as you might think, but she still lands it more times than not. And I have her running pretty fast, 257, with 3,500 defense and just about 49,000 HP. Masteries don't need offense. She doesn't really do any damage, so I went down the support and the defense tree. Now, I took Eagle Eye for the extra accuracy for the arena. I could very well have gone with Unshakable and get the extra resistance. However, I'm more concerned with landing my debuffs than blocking debuffs, and she blocks most of them anyway with 460 resistance, so it's not that bad. I went both Master Hexer and Lasting Gifts because remember her A2 has buffs and debuffs, and they're 4 incredible buffs and debuffs throughout the entire game. So any chance to get them extended is really nice. Cycle of Magic and Lore of Steel are just nice little perks. She's got the counterattack, right, to proc that fear even more. Because, listen, any way to control your enemy champs is huge. That's one of the strategies to get through some of the highest hard Doom Tower waves, is just keep them controlled so they never take a turn. So where do I use her? As I said, I use her in a lot of teams. In the dungeons, she's in my Ice Golem 20 team. She's in my Spider's Den 20 Speed Farm team. I did a video on that. I'll card to that up top. She's in my Fire Knight 20 Speed Farm team. I'll card to that video as well. And she's in my Sand Devils team. I also use her in a number of places in the Doom Tower. So she is a critical component of both my Seer Wave Clear team for pretty much the first half of Hard Doom Tower, and she's part of my Rotos Wave Clear team, which is really for the second half of Doom Tower. And then I also use her in my Eternal Dragon team as well as my Magma Dragon team. So outside of Dungeon and Doom Tower, she does get a place in my top tier Hydra team. At this point, I am one keying hard with her in it. I still got a lot of work to do in Hydra, but then I love using her in the arena. There is one specific team that I really enjoy using her in, and it's with Hegemon. Because of her passive, right, if Arbiter wins the speed race, which she probably will against my Duchess. This isn't meant to be a go first team. She's going to try to revive the people that my Hegemon nukes. Lydia doesn't let that happen. So boom. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, perfect. Decrease defense and weaken, and then my Genbo is just going to come in, pop. And I did showcase Genbo because he's free right now if you have Prime. I'll card to that video so you can check out how to get him and how to build him. So that's what I got. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and click that. That little guy should be down somewhere. Somewhere around here. Where do you guys use Lydia? Are there some areas that I don't use her in that you do? Do you want to see me showcase some of these teams? Let me know down in the comments. Like I said, Lydia is one of the best free champions in this game. Thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy your raid.